Learning what cards are going to be useful in an upcoming set and how to playtest them is a very specific skill that today's guest is going to help us kind of work through and learn how to do. Hey, Nick from 9cardTCG, and today we're going to be learning how to find or how to look at cards from an upcoming set and identify combos, what they go well with, what kind of decks you might be able to add them to, and then how to actually go and play test that with none other than, that wasn't English, with none other than JustInBasil, who is a longtime friend of the channel. So, I mean, the odds of you not knowing who JustInBasil are extremely low, but if you don't, I have a link to JustInBasil's Twitter and website in the video description because he just puts out so much incredible information about upcoming sets, deck lists, what's doing well in the meta, all that kind of stuff. So please go check out JustInBasil.com. You will not be disappointed. But I mean, we're learning and identifying combos and like cards that kind of pair well with others gets easier, and at least I'm going to throw my opinion in there before we bring on JustInBasil, but it gets a little bit easier as you start to play the game a lot, and so that's probably one of the pieces of advice he's going to give. I'm recording this before I have this chat with him, so that's my prediction, but I want to know from you, what do you do when an upcoming set is out, when you see the set list, like how do you handle that set, and what do you make your own deck list? Do you see what your favorite YouTuber or favorite player, top players are doing? I want to know. And also, if you haven't already, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment those things, tell YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. Now, let's go ahead and meet or check in with JustInBasil. Basil, welcome back. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling like I'm here with 9card. That's a good day.
That's not less of a feeling and more of a fact.
That makes it a good day, and that makes it a good. That means it's a good day, and therefore a good feeling.
You get to play, talk and play some Pokemon. What's better than that? Now, one of the things that makes Pokemon particularly interesting, or really any card game interesting and exciting, are the new sets that come out, and we have a new one coming out in exactly 1 month from the day we're recording this. Silver Tempest comes out on November 11th. That was September was a month ago, so. Silver Tempest, there's not, from what I've seen, a ton of very competitive or like super meta defining decks. What have you found in the little bit of testing that you've done?
So the two big things that we found is there are two archetypes worth noting in Silver Tempest. Lugia VStar, which despite its initial reveal is not bad, and Regidrago VStar, which I think everybody expects to be decent anyway. Lugia on paper, you look at it and go, that's underwhelming, and that was my reaction too. Right, really, this is not that great. And then we tested it. It's a lot nastier than it looks on paper. So we'll see if it chooses to behave itself, unlike Zorak last time we recorded. But if it does do what it normally does, then we are in to see some very impressive stuff. So one of the things I wanted to ask is when a set is revealed or we start to see cards come out from, they get revealed in Japan or set lists come out, whatever it is, what do you look for in a set or in a card? Like when you first saw Lugia and you're like, oh, this is actually underwhelming, I'm not crazy about it. Like what are some of the things that like help you determine whether a card is like good or passable? So I don't know if I even go that far right away. I just kind of put it in a bucket of maybe this could function as a deck.
Okay.
I don't even go for good yet because, like I said with Lugia, like maybe it's better than everybody thinks, right? Because initially my reaction wasn't that positive either, and so I put all these decks or all these deck ideas in basically a giant pile on OneNote and say, all right, when it comes time to start putting deck lists together, this is what I'm gonna look at. I throw a page together for the website, and that's when I start actually looking at how these decks might function, looking at the other cards that have been revealed.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how far before a set is released do you start making deck lists? Obviously it's a little hard. Like, oh, we saw one or two cards from Silver Tempest, whatever. I don't know what I just said, but like it's impossible to make a deck list because we don't know what support that card is going to have and what else is coming out in that.
Yeah.
So like when do you start making a deck list for a new set?
About 2 months to the set release. So we've actually been testing Silver Tempest already for a month.
Okay.
Generally what we do at the beginning is we start with deck archetypes, because a lot of times they'll reveal an archetype or two and they just show everything for that archetype. So stuff like Superior, they'll just they'll show everything, and we'll kind of try to build a deck or two out of that. And then sometimes they'll show cards that might affect other decks. So maybe there's an interesting card like V-Guard Energy. Maybe we want to play Blissey or something. We could test it out with that. So early on, a lot of it's decks that get some cool toys, or the decks where we feel like they've probably shown basically everything. And then as more cards get revealed, I start to put all the rest of the decks together, and we start going off of that.
Okay. Now, when it comes to the actual playtest time, when you're like, all right, we've got somewhat of a deck list together, let's start to play. How do you, what's the process look like when you start? Like, how many games will you get in with an initial deck? What do you test against? And how do you decide whether or not a deck is worth adjusting or just it's not very good?
So that varies by deck.
Sure.
That varies heavily by deck. So generally, at the start of a format, we'll do 2 new decks versus one another, and then one of those decks, whichever one did better, will go on to the next week to face another new deck, and we'll just keep doing that until we run out of decks, or until a few weeks before the actual release, and that's when we start facing the decks that performed the best against the current meta. Okay. So stuff, or at least on the streams. We test, of course, off the streams, but for the streams, we do it at the end, because that's obviously what people want to see. They want to see, okay, well, Lugia, it can beat Ho-Oh, but can it actually beat Mew?
Right.
That's a much more important question, right? Because nobody gives any cares in the world for Ho-Oh, but Mew will flip heads. So you do need to be aware of how Lugia happens to deal with Mew.
At least against me, they always flip heads. That's
me too. So you have to be aware of that, and that's, as we always call them, the versus the world nights, right? That's the versus the world is the meta of the Pokemon trading card game, and so those are the nights where you'll usually go against 2 to 3 meta archetypes, and sometimes those are decks we've had matchups with, at League, where we've played against us and played against us. Like Lugia has been against Giratina. Lugia has been against Palkia. Lugia has actually had quite a lot of non-stream testing because we're so excited to play those decks. But then there are other decks where we play it on stream and we go, I don't ever feel like picking this deck up again because it was awful. A great example of that. That was Bisharp.
I knew it.
It was so bad that it got ripped apart.
And we tried 2 versions of that.
We did, and the better version was the second one for your video, or the original one for the live stream, but it just didn't do well. Yeah. And that happens. Superior got absolutely mauled by Lugia. It was not close. Okay. Yes, Superior was torn apart, torn to pieces. There was no chance it had a taking game. It got 4-0'd.
I don't even
know.
No
shot of taking a game.
I don't even remember what Superior VStar does. That's how kind of underwhelming I feel like it is. Well,
it's meant to be like a stall archetype, right? I'm pulling up the proxies right now so I can read it off.
Thank you.
Make it easier. So here we go. So Superior VStar Royal Tornado for colorless grass colorless color. 190 Royal Tornado. Move any amount of energy from your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. So you get to redistribute energies however you feel like.
Sandaconda in VStar.
For my money, it's Gardevoir and Sylveon GX, but that's fine.
Okay, well, I know what a Sandaconda VMAX. I think they both do 192.
That was the one tag team that I didn't feel was a crime against humanity. Anyway, Winding Star for a single grass energy 60 times, detected 60 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So not a great VStar power, but the Royal Tornado is not bad. And then you can do stuff like sponging damage, At least that's the idea, right? Because you can move to redistribute the energy, then Cheryl it off, or Cheryl all the damage off. That's the idea.
I
The
feel like
problem came from Lugia just not caring and one-shotting Superior anyway.
right, because Lugia does 220 plus choice belts 250. How much health does Superior V-Star have?
270.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's 270. It doesn't matter. Lugia
Yeah.
does not care.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I think I understand. It'd be interesting to I'm sure there's a way to get a bunch of energies like Arceus and Gardenia, and then move the energies somewhere. Take as long as you're not getting one shot, you just do exactly what you said. You move the energies, Cheryl, and then switch into the other superior, and then keep cycling between two superiors.
And it does have free retreat too, so like it's meant to do that.
Right. I mean, I feel like I feel like Arceus Gardenia with two superiors on bench and like a B-World to draw some energy. I feel like that might not be terrible. But
Yeah.
Whatever. People, I think Goodra is one of those cards that a lot of people ragged on. Like, this isn't good. Don't play this. It's not good. And I personally loved Goodra since the beginning. I also just love Hisui and Goodra. And I was like, no, I was convinced it was going to be good, and it's been performing pretty well. And that's actually what you're playing against today is Arceus Goodra. Now, I was going to be such a pain in the ass, and I was going to play Arceus Duraludon just because it's you.
Yeah, that would be so bad.
Because how would you
that
deal
would
with
be
it?
very bad.
I
wouldn't.
It
would be an auto loss.
So I thought about doing that. I was like, nah, that'd be funny if I game one I flip over a Duraludon, you're like, I can't win. But then I decided, all right, maybe we'll try something like Silver Tempest. We'll try Alolan Vulpix V-Star, which can't be damaged by Pokemon that have abilities when it uses its attack. And that's kind of easy to navigate around to, like cross switch your boss, escape rope cross switch, and things like that. So like you could very easily work around that. But I looked at your list and I was like, I don't know. I feel like it still might be kind of difficult. Once I do get like that first attack off, like you're never attacking with Lugia or not often enough to really I
might have been able to play with Vulpix because the list does play like 3 Serena. I think it's 3. So yeah, I think I could do it.
Yeah, I wanted to make it a little less like, do you draw the thing you need to win or to just have a chance versus like, all right, here's a deck that you can actually potentially beat. So that's why I landed on Goodra. I already had it built, so I said, all right, well, we'll go with the goo. We'll go with the goo gang.
The goo gang.
It's slime time. Let's do it. Are you ready to play some games?
Let's play some games.
All right. Who doesn't love surprise cats?
Kitty. I'm just amazed that it's not Iroh.
Yeah,
it's
usually
always Iroh. Yeah, it's always Iroh. But this time, Top says she needed to rub her face on the deck box.
I mean, that's perfect placement right there. Toph, do you want heads or tails? Toph, do you want fish head or fish tails?
She wants tails.
Okay.
I don't want to mess with the camera because it's set up already. But she's doing the most adorable crap in the world right now.
It is even. I didn't touch it because I didn't want you to think I was trying to take advantage while you're dealing with Toph. But I say Toph stays. That's my vote. And
all the stuff to set up with her there.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. And yes, perfect was a pun. So I'm going first.
Okay, that's fine.
If I had a basic.
Alrighty then.
So we'll try this again. Okay, this is an all right start. I'm pretty content with this. Just want to place this in such a way that you can kind of see all my stuff. I think that's good enough. I don't have that many Pokemon benched anyway, so like whatever.
Is that clear from my end?
Yeah, no, looks great.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Well, good. JustInBasil, good luck.
Best of luck.
You start the Lugia. All right. I'm going to draw for turn. You get a mulligan draw, by the way. Don't forget that.
Oh, yes, I do. That's good.
Trekking shoes. Draw. No, I don't want that. We'll take another. I will attach a DTE. And that's just going to be it. We'll pass it off.
Draw for turn.
I was really hoping to be able to find a Gudra turn 1, but didn't happen. So you're quick ball on the Dunsparce.
Yeah, that guy's done.
Ah, man. That was a bad pun, but I appreciate it.
I'll be here all day. I'm gonna do 2 words.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that guy, and we're gonna do that guy.
Now, how does Archeops work? Do you have to evolve into that thing, or
Lugia's VStar power
just let you get an Archeops from the discard, put it straight onto the bench?
Yep.
That's a pretty solid V-Star power.
It can place any 2 colorless Pokemon without a rule box straight to the bench.
So you're just going double Archeops.
Every time if you can, yep.
Because then Archeops has an ability that lets you just accelerate a bunch of special energies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from the deck or discard?
From the deck.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Yes, it is. It is incredible, actually.
So that's a pretty clear combo on the part of Pokemon. They want you to use Archeops and Lugia together.
Capture energy.
Oh, you got the gas this turn.
Hope it's every turn. Let's hope I don't just fizzle.
What else you got for me?
Primate Wisdom.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay, whatever. Dark Asset. 1, 4, 5.
I was gonna say you Dark Asset with 0 cards in hand. That's always high 5 worthy.
Yeah, it wasn't with 0. It was with 1.
Well, which is why I didn't offer the high 5.
Yeah, it was just the 1.
You failed.
I did fail. It was a miserable failure. Be eternally shamed. Touch here. Arnie.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, through all of that, you have yet to play a supporter. I kind of liked my hand, so hopefully this is just as alright. It's just as alright.
I'm not getting everything I want, but that's fine, I guess. We're going to wind reading, so discard a card from your hand, draw 3 cards.
Oh, that's a pretty...
To discard and 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Alright, that's a good attack. Especially if like your first turn going second. That's great. Alright, well, I will draw for turn. we are going to, before we do anything, Melanie, because that trekking shoes really set me up before. So we'll draw 3. Okay. Definitely gonna bench this Gudra. We are going to... We're gonna Ultra Ball. I think this Raihan and this Water Energy. We're obviously going to get an Arceus VStar, which I had in hand, mind you, so didn't really like that you made me do that. And this is where things get tricky, because I could try to make it a little more challenging for you, but in doing so might make it worse for me. I'm going to I'm going to try to be annoying more than anything.
Okay.
And let's see. I guess we'll go with... no, I need... Let's just get a... I'm definitely going to get a Collapsed Stadium and play it. That's definitely one of the 2 cards. The question is, what is the other? I think we could settle for, as I drop it, a Marnie. Because you seem to have a few cards in hand. That's a Dark Asset. You drew 3. You're going to draw for turn. So... probably going to want a Marnie. I'm just going to Quick Ball while we're at it. Yeah. Quick Ball away Lake Acuity. Get the Radiant Gardevoir. I'm not going to shuffle because I'm just going to go back in with Trinity Nova. And...
So are we resolving? We're not resolving the Marnie, are we?
No, I already played Melanie, so...
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
I just dropped it so you saw what it was.
Gotcha.
And, yeah, I'm just going to attack with Trinity Nova for 180. Because if I remember correctly, you have 100 and 220 health.
Yeah, I have 220.
So Choice Belt doesn't get the KO anyway.
I make Wisdom.
All 3 energies are going to go on to this Gudra, if anyone was surprised by that. So I obviously went for the Collapsed Stadium because now your bench is full and you can't V-Star to get Archeops into play. So that buys me a turn. Interestingly, I didn't have this Collapsed Stadium to counter your deck. I actually had it in there to counter some other things like Palkia and Kyurem. And then also things like Reggie's or whatever. Things that might be slightly annoying, Lost Box. It just happens to work here.
Funny how that works, right?
Double Ultra Ball, huh?
Yeah.
So you're discarding a Zinnia and an Ultra Ball, a DTE, and a Research, and what's that other card? Oh, 2 Researchers and a Guard Energy. Which is a new card, and the V Pokemon this is attached to takes 30 less damage from, right? Or is it just the Pokemon this is attached to takes 30 less from Vs?
The Pokemon this card is attached to takes 30 less Pokemon from the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon in V.
Got it.
And it does not stack. Okay, so we are going to take that guy and that guy.
Do you run like Scoop Up Net or Lost Vacuum or anything?
Scoop Up Net I do not run. Lost Vacuum, I don't think I run either. Let's see. No Lost Vacuum. I don't even have a counter stadium, which is kind of unfortunate.
Oh, so this collapsed stadium is sticking the rest of the game.
Yep.
Oh man.
Okay.
Are we down to like one card in hand? Oh, 0. Cool. Well, now 2.
Industrious incisors for. Wait, no, I'm not. That's not what's happening there. It's going to be 2. Industrious incisors for 3. 1, 2, and 3. Collapse Stadium doesn't even matter because I'm still whiffing the card I'm needing.
That Sharon's Care was an interesting play.
Been real good if I had what I wanted.
Well.
Yeah. We're gonna pass.
All right. We'll draw for turn. How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 4.
4. Oh man, I kind of have. I don't want to, but I kind of have to. That's not the right one. Marnie.
Yep.
I only have 2 cards. Do you have a preference on which one goes on the bottom?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just
all right. Well,
down there.
Sure. Kind of. There we go. Found the Lugia VStar, so that's great. Well, trekking shoes to draw 1. I don't think this is particularly helpful, this matchup. This is the Zamazenta. Because I could do 30 more damage after you take 4 prizes. So I could do 120. That does 240. I'm probably going to have a DTE, which means I'm only doing 220. Not even enough to one-shot a V-Star. So we'll draw another. Okay.
Gooey boy.
A gooey boy is correct. Lugia does 220. This one has a choice spell, so it's 250, 230 with the DTE, which is enough to knock out this Lugia V. So I'm going to hang tight, and I'm just going to Trinity Nova.
180, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Good job, June. This is going to be bad. But if I don't do something this turn, I lose anyway, so... So I'm doing 250. Certainly overextending, but I have no choice. And we're gonna fail that.
What was that? A quick ball?
Mark you ups.
Okay.
Discard back the ball.
Well, at least now you can V-Star to get that Archeops into play.
Yeah. I'd rather get 2 into play, but that's, I don't think, going to happen this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, because you have to choose the Pumpkaboo to Bumped Up Stadium, and then you still only get 1.
We're going to...
Okay, so there's the Archeops. Now you can at least accelerate some energies.
Turbo.
Which you'll do. And how many do you get?
2.
2 energies. Do they have to go to V's or they can go at any Pokemon?
To any Pokemon.
Nice.
They have to be the same Pokemon, but they can go to any Pokemon.
Okay, so it's 2 energies to one of your Pokemon.
Yes.
Now does it
specifically special energies? Has to be special energies.
Gotcha. That was going to be my next question. And Archeops is a stage 2 normally, which means you would have to run Arcan and Unidentified Fossil, which is interesting.
20. So right now I'm at 290 for damage output right now, right? That is what we got.
You have double colorless, like double powerful colorless energy.
Double powerful colors, and there is a choice button here.
So you do 220, 250, 270, 290, minus 20 from the DTE is 270. And then don't forget Radiant Gardevoir, so you're actually doing 250. So even if you attach a powerful from hand, it's still only put you at 270, which is 10 shy of the knockout on this Arceus.
I made wisdom.
Okay.
I don't like that. That's return.
Okay.
And then 250.
You got it. I will draw for turn. I'm just going to switch into the Gudra. And then rolling iron for 200.
Lugia is knocked out. Drop your turn. Let's go game 2.
All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Hopefully you have a little bit better luck this game. It seemed to, I mean, I definitely see the strategy in there.
It's great when I don't know how. Yeah, that's not. It's okay. All right.
You got
turn.
Better than Arceus. Well, that was a nice top deck.
Yeah, it was.
This is not a particularly strong hand, so I gotta hope for something decent off the top deck. You're going for the Evolution Instance immediately. What if I Marnie? Oh, you're gonna dump it with Quick Ball, aren't you?
That's the hope.
That makes sense. I thought you were gonna go for some reason for the Lugia immediately. And I was like, that's a risky play.
I know I'm not a great player, but I'm not that bad. Like,
I don't know. There's like a 2-week period in the format where no one was really playing Marnie. So like you might have been able to get away with it. Now here comes the Quick Ball. Get a Lugia, attach a DTE. I wouldn't be surprised if that other quick ball is for a Pumpkaboo, just so you can have it in hand.
And wait for that Marnie to come down? No, thank you.
Man, I wish I was playing Rapid Strike Urshifu. That Crobat. Oh, God.
Mighty tasty, right?
Yeah. But Arceus
Honestly,
having 150 is kind of challenging to deal with.
Yeah. But then again, you can just like Yoga Loop it too. So Yoga Loop ping with a Ziggy.
The Urshifu list I've been playing is a Lost Zone that does not run. It doesn't run Yoga Loop because so many decks have scoop up nets and like things like Sharon's. It's like it's almost too difficult to get a Yoga Loop play off unless you can like guarantee get it that turn, like Radiant Blastoise, quick shooting, Zigzagoon ping, Yoga Loop a Comfey. Like that's a lot to ask for in a single turn.
Pass to you.
Okay. I'm surprised that you, ooh, that was a kind of nice topic, but before we do, we're going to trekking shoes. I can't really afford it at the moment. Okay. Well, quick ball, this water energy. Oh, God. All four of my Arceus are at the bottom quarter of my deck. Like, that's three of them, and then the fourth one's like a little further up.
They're just chilling out.
They're just
they got to hang together.
They want to hang out together. It's kind of all I can do for now is attach to the Arceus and then pass, and I'll shuffle this up.
Drop your turn.
Yeah, it's kind of a weak start from the goo.
Attach the second powerful colorless energy to Lugia V.
Don't like that, let me tell you.
Lay Lugia V down. Professor's Research.
Ooh. I have a feeling this is going to be... Oh, yeah, there it is. This is going to be a quick game.
Well, as long as it's not as awful as that games we had with Zorak. Let's see here. We are going to go ahead and VStar. So we have a full bench now.
Yeah, now if I play Collapse Stadium, you just get rid of the Crobat, which helps you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to Primal Turbo.
I assume you'll do it twice.
For now, I'm just doing the once, but I'll probably go in a second time with it. For V-Guard and Capture. And then we'll go ahead and do the other one for V-Guard. And double Turbo.
Yeah, this is
more Lugia-like.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
Not looking very Goodra.
No, it's not looking Goodra. And you take a KO, you're doing 250, 270.
What nonsense. That's why I didn't check. Okay. No, there we go. Good, actually, it's fine. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2. That's gonna be 260, right?
Oh yeah, 260, right? Either way, enough for a KO very easily, assuming you're attacking.
Yes, that is the attack.
All right. Well, that's a fast 2 prizes. You hate to see it. I'll promote up this Arceus, and I will draw for turn. We're going to Raihan to our Arceus. Search our deck for anything. It's, of course, going to be a VStar, because I have no other choice. We will attach this DTE that I happened to top deck, which was very nice. Starbirth, so we can get a Gudra. And we'll get this other card. And now I'll swing for 180. Actually, before I do, I'll play Lake Acuity, so that I take 20 less damage, because I have water energies. And now I'll swing for 180.
180 is going to be reduced to 150.
Oh, because you have the 2 guard energies.
No, just the V guard energy. You can't.
Oh, yeah.
The effect does not stack.
That is correct. You did say that.
Draw for turn. Evolve. Evolve.
Let me tell you that Raihan was very fortunate off the trekking shoes before, because it allowed me to stay.
I knew you were. I knew when you commented about it, I was like, okay, yep.
That was very fortunate, because it's the only thing that allowed us to stay in this game, because the rest of my hand was pretty dead.
I need to. Primal Turbo.
Okay. Getting to the second Lugia is going to be kind of a challenge.
Getting through this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be.
Now, luckily, I still two-shot the Lugia. Even with the guard energy, I do 150, 150. That's enough. And then with the Gudra, it's 150, then 200, or 170. So it's still enough. Which I always two-shot the Lugia anyway, so for me in this matchup, that guard energy does not matter.
This is very... I'm trying to decide what's right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go with that one. And then we'll use the second double turbo, or second, rather, primal turbo.
And you really want to knock out this Arceus.
Yeah, I mean, if it shuts you out of the game, that's ideal, right?
So you're currently doing 260. 280.
270, I think.
Right? It's just 220 plus 60.
Then minus the 10 from like acuity.
Minus 20 from Lake Acuity.
It's 20, okay. Okay.
So you need a choice belt to KO this thing.
Yes, I do.
How much are you willing to give up to try to find a choice belt?
Considering what's in deck, I'm not sure. That's part of the reason this has been such a rough one. Yeah. What's interesting to me is that we haven't seen Serena in either of these games.
Yeah.
And it's such hard.
Yeah, it would have been very useful.
Yeah, it would have been amazing. But it's very frustrating right now. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball this, that, fail it. Let me see if I want to fail something else real quick. Fail this too.
Okay. Gonna incisors for, what is it, 3?
4.
4? You don't have to go crazy shuffling. It's not like you searched, so whatever.
Yeah, it's just a little something. Let's just incisors for 1, 2, 3, and no. But I think we'll take something juicy.
Oh, okay.
Something gooey.
That's actually super problematic for me. This is why not getting Gudrick turn 1 is so bad.
Alright. Not the target I wanted, but knockout.
No, I think this is the better target for you.
Well, once rolling Iron gets going, yeah, it's horrible for me. But I really wanted the Arceus gone too.
I don't think it was worth it, the Arceus, honestly. I think the Gudras should have been the best target. I'll draw. Because I had the V-Star in hand, I had a Hyper Potion. If you let this Gudra live, it would have been, I had a DTE, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
I agree with my testers. They've been telling me for 2 weeks now that Luminia needs to be in this deck, and I agree.
Yeah, but where would you have put it?
I wouldn't have. That's not relevant to this particular turn. But there have now been multiple times where I've been like, you know what? Luminion sure would have been nice.
Yes, it would have. I did research. Now it's like, if I put down a V, you just boss it up and knock it out. Actually, that other one doesn't have the powerful colorless energies. So we're going to Trekking Shoes to draw. No. I might have done an oopsie. I might have needed that, but big charm, and I will take my KO.
Pretty big KO. Let's call it what it is. Pretty big KO. What is not wanting that KO to be a thing. Draw 4 turn. Evolution Instance.
Serena's such an interesting card because of the text that says draw up to 3 cards. Discard up to 3. So you can technically choose 0.
You have to choose one.
You can't choose 0 in a. It says up to.
Up to is the one you have to. If you're gonna do the effect, you have to have at least. You have to do at least.
Interesting. Okay, so I have to discard, but still discarding 1 to draw up to 5 is pretty good.
It's great. It's really, really great. It's a very good card.
So with Big Charmer Lake Acuity, I effectively have 330 health.
Yeah, you have tons of health is the problem.
I still think you take this one.
Depends a lot on something that I'm not so sure about. Sorry, Bidoof.
It had to be done.
It had to be done. All right.
Another Lugia. Now, how many energies do you have left in deck?
Talk about that in a minute.
Because you ran through quite a bit.
All right. Retreat. And then we're going to do Swim Dive for a lot of reduced damage, right? Minus 20, so, and then minus 20 again. 180? Is that right?
Yeah. Which, honestly, you just need to attack again.
Oh, real quick. I need to put that there.
Sure.
I haven't done that return.
Okay.
All right.
We'll draw.
Go for it. Show me the pain.
I don't have any. I don't really have any. Best I can do is Melanie onto here. Draw 3. Retreat.
I don't know if you can hear Iroh, but his world has ended.
Oh no, what happened?
He has a box in my closet that he adores, and he loves to sleep in it. And the closet door is closed.
Oh no, poor Iroh. We'll just swing for a full 200 because the choice belt will get negated by guard energy. And I'm not going to accelerate any energies.
For turn. Evolve. That 200, is that taking into account the V-Guard?
Yes, otherwise it'd be 230.
Oh, that's right, because you have the belt. All right. Sorry. I'm like not quite looking at your screen most of the time right now, or the screen's got up right now. So like
I got you.
I'm practically playing solitaire.
I mean, isn't that Pokemon anyway?
To a large degree. All right, we're gonna industrious synthesizers first. 1, 2, then 3.
Come on, show me the Sharon's Care. Yeah. And now I don't think I can win at this point. Right. So now you do 180, 160, but that's still enough. I can't.
Storm
No,
die.
yeah, you hit for 160, and both of these are damaged to the point where I can draw for turn. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter a ton. In reality, what I would do, I mean, you have a bunch of energies in hand, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're just a little. I never took 2 prizes from. Did I knock anything out?
Yeah, you took a Lugia knockout.
Yeah, okay. That's. Doesn't matter what I do at this point because I don't have like a hyper potion to like attach a DTE and then hyper potion and then go down.
Hyper potion would be crazy. Yeah.
But again, you just have to Serena up the other one, and it's like, all right, it's still game. So yeah, that's gonna do it.
All right. So I had no energy left in deck. I actually had to rely on using a Marnie next turn to shove it back in.
Ooh, yeah,
So if you'd hit me, yeah, it would have been an interesting one. Although if you had hit me with a Marnie, I'd have been perfectly fine, I guess. And then my last powerful colors and my second choice belt were in the last of the prize.
I think it would have been fine if Gudra had gotten going, but it didn't. So that's really not much I can do about that. Any final thoughts on Lugia? Anything you want to mention or?
Don't do what I did. Don't overextend.
Okay.
You can tell I'm not the primary tester for Lugia. I made all sorts of dumb mistakes the main tester wouldn't have made. I do like the deck though. I really do like it. The Radiant Gardevoir I'd have liked to seen come out because that would have really messed you up too.
What about Radiant Hawlucha to like make it just so much easier to knock out VMAXs?
I mean, you're getting there most of the powerful colors and choice belt anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. I like the knockouts really, except apparently against freaking.
Against Arceus and Gudra.
Yeah, like our Gudra. For the most part, they haven't been an issue. Although maybe when we get to the versus the world part, we'll decide that is a problem. And then again, I don't think this deck has actually gone against Gudra except now, so that's something to be aware of too.
Yeah,
it's eaten. Like I said earlier, it's eaten Giratina. It's had its fill of other decks, but not Gudra.
Yeah, Giratina is one I could see you definitely taking because Choice Belt Powerful Colorless just knocks out the Giratina. But you're not doing that with the Gudra once they use Rolling Iron. Gardevoir's in play. Either they have Lake Acuity to take 20 off, or they have Crystal Cave to heal 30 the next turn. It could be really, really annoying once that Gudra gets going. But either way,
Gudra's quite a menace.
I love it. I love it so much. But JustInBasil, I just wanted to say thank you again for taking the time to come chat, play some games. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, follow them. Social media, Twitter, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. I have the links in the video description. I also have a link to JustInBasil.com, one of, if not the best Pokemon resource website there is. So, yeah, I mean,
Limitless does exist. I'm just saying.
Limitless does exist, but you guys serve different functions.
True, but still.
So I look at you more as like a guide, like a resource, versus like what Limitless does, which is like keeping track of trends.
For sure.
So, the Limitless is great, don't get me wrong. I use Limitless almost every day, but you guys do have different roles in the community and services, so don't undercut what you provide to players and those who maybe would be players, people who are interested and don't know where to get started. I mean, your site is invaluable for that. So go check it out. And Justin Basil, we'll be talking very soon. Thank you.